Hey boys and girls, welcome to today's flip video. This is going to be part 2 of our long division video. So just to kind of recap what happened in part 1, you can either go watch part 1 again, or we'll just do a quick recap here. So we see right here, we've got our little acronym that helps us with long division. It's Does McDonald's sell burgers raw? And that stands for the 5 steps, which I didn't draw on my hand this time. 5 steps for long division, which are divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, and then repeat that whole process all over again. Just a couple vocabulary words. If we look down here, quotient is just the answer to a long division problem. Sometimes you'll have a remainder. The number that's inside the little division box is called a dividend, and the number that's outside is the divisor. The main one that you're going to want to remember is quotient means the answer, and the remainder is going to be important. So, like I said, in part 1 was kind of the introduction. Part 2 is going to be where you're going to start doing it yourself. So let's get launched right into it. So the subject for today's video is going to be The Flash, which you guys all know superheroes are one of my favorite things in the world. A lot of you like The Flash show too. So in 3 hours, The Flash can run 524 miles. So I'd like to know how much he can run in 1 mile. So to do that, what I'll be doing is doing a long division problem, and I'll be following the steps. Our steps again are divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, and repeat. So I'll set up my problem. I'll have 524 divided by 3. So now to divide is my first step. I'm going to see how many times I can get 3 into 5. Now here's a cool little shortcut. If you can't quite remember your times tables, you can just start listing until you get to the numbers. So I'll go 3, 6, and I see 6 is greater than 5. So I see I can only get 1 in there. So there will be 1. Now I'm going to multiply it. 3 times 1 is 3. Next step is to subtract it. 5 minus 3 is 2. Next step is to bring down. Now, same concept, if I can't figure out how, and now I repeat it. Now, same concept, if I can't figure out how many times 3 can go into 21, I can start counting by 3s and writing it down. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Now 24 is bigger than 21, or than 22, so I know 21 is going to have to be what I want. So I count, that'd be multiplied by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So then a 7 would go on top. 3 times 7 is 21. If I forgot that, I could always go back and count 7 on my little chart that I just made there. Subtract it. 2 minus 1 is 1. Bring it on down. Now, and now I repeat it again. So same concept. I already have my chart little made here, so I just need to figure out what I can get closest to 14 without going over. So 15 is too big, so 12 will be here. Then, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And so a 4 would go up top. And then 3 times 4 is 12. So I'm subtracting 12, which gives me 2. There's nothing left to bring down, so my 2 now becomes my remainder. Remainder 2. But I'm not quite done yet. I need to make sure that I check my problem. And to check my problem, what I'm going to do is I'll multiply the quotient times the divisor, or the number on top, times the number on the side, and then add in my remainder. You can do lattice box or traditional. Does not matter to me. So 174 times 3, if I'm following my steps, 2, bring up the 1, 21 plus 1 is 22, that would be 5, now I've got my remainder 2, so I need to make sure I add in my 2, that gives me 524. We see 524 there, matches with 524 there. So then I know without a doubt that I'm correct. Alright, now it's your turn to try. Don't be afraid to go back and rewind the video and figure it out, because it's important that you take your time and learn this. This is going to be one of our main points for our second advisory. So the little story here, in season 1 of The Flash, one of the main bad guys was the Reverse Flash, who is this one right here, and this is the good Flash here, and they fought a lot. And in about 5 episodes, they fought for 643 seconds. So I want to know, about, on average, if you split it up, how many seconds per episode did they fight out of those 5 episodes? So go ahead, multiply it, rewind if you need to, and then I'll walk through it with you. Alright, hopefully you've gotten a chance to work through it, so I'll model it here. 643 on the inside, that's the dividend. 5 on the outside, that's the divisor. So 5 can go into 6. I know 5 can go into 6 one time. 1. 5 times 1 is 5. Subtract that. 6 minus 5 is 1. Bring down the 4. And repeat the whole process all over again. Now, maybe I can't remember how many times 5 can go into 14, so I'll start listing. 5, 10, 15. Well, 15 is too big, so 10 is the second jump, so that would be 2. 5 times 2 is 10. Subtract that. That would give me 4. Bring down the 3. Now, if I can't remember how many times 5 can go into 43, I'll start counting. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Well, 45 is now too big, so I'll have to go back and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my 8 would go up. 5 times 8 is 40. So subtract 40, which would give me 3. There's nothing left to bring down, which would give me a remainder of 3. Now, before we move on to the next slide, I hope you have checked this problem. If you have not, just pause it now, and then we'll talk about how to check it. Alright, now to check this, we multiply the quotient by the divisor, or the number on the top, times the number on the side, and then we're going to add in our remainder. So it's going to be 128, this time I'll do lattice box, times 5. So 5 times 8 is 40, 2 times 5 is 10, 1 times 5 is 0. When we're adding our diagonals, 0, 4, 6. Now 640 is not the same, but it looks like I left off my remainder. So now I add this up, 643. We see 643 matches up with this one, and so we know we're correct. Your final problem that I want you to bring back to school, including solved and checked, is 362 divided by 4. Solve it. Again, this is our first time really working with long division. If you don't get it right away, that's perfectly fine. However, don't make an excuse, make a change, and go back and rewatch the video. That's what we talked about on morning meeting sometime last week. Make sure you don't think it's too hard and give up. Just go back and rewatch the video, and then we can always work on it in school. So good luck. I know you can do it. Just remember those 5 steps: divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, and repeat, and you'll be good to go.